start slinging a little bit in the first quarter, too.
Yeah, both quarterbacks actually playing really well right now. So pretty exciting for both these guys to get their opportunities.
Darnold fires it, and there's the first incompletion of the day. Ayuk was guarded by Akello Witherspoon, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, a little miscommunication right there because Sam Darnold just thought, hey, man, that cornerback's on top of you or on the side of you. I'm trying to throw a back shoulder fade. Want you to come back there. And this is that's just two guys that haven't really worked together. I mean, haven't really spent a lot of time together, especially here toward the end of the season. So a little miscommunication between quarterback and starting wide receiver.
So Brandon Allen is dressed today as the backup for the 49ers. And off here, big hold, Jordan Mason. And he's got the first down into Los Angeles territory. Nice run there by Mason. Picks up 17 yards on the play.
Really good job. Jalen Moore right down here on the bottom. Watch the adjustment he makes. Inside pressure, stays on top of that, forces Young inside, and that's what creates that hole for the running back, 24, Jordan Mason. So really nice job of not just firing out there and getting beat on the inside pinch move, but being underneath yourself, gathering yourself as you come in there and directing that defensive end where you want him to go.
Moore did not play last week. He suffered a concussion against the Ravens 2 weeks ago, so he's back in now. Williams is out. Darnold fires it incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. Good pressure by Jonah Williams. We mentioned some of the guys that are out. Both Niners were able to get somebody back today. Ray McLeod has missed the last 5 games with a rib injury. His first game since Thanksgiving against the Seahawks. He's going to get some run as a receiver today, but we'll see what his role is in special teams. Obviously been a very productive kick returner and punt returner for this team before he got hurt.
I do want to say, just on that play in particular, that's just a throwaway by Sam Darnold, but he had a boot keep out the backside. Defensive end played hard upside, up the front side of that. He just pulled up, threw it away, which is like, that's smart quarterbacking.
Yeah, he's trying to show off the skill set today, and you see him using the legs. Williams tumbled him, and Nick Hampton finished it off, but a 9-yard run for Sam Darnold. Has not been a bad runner in his career. Again, he's not designed to run wherever he's been. They're not drawing up a ton of plays for him, but he's been a fairly mobile quarterback going all the way back to his days at USC.
Yeah, he's a good athlete, good enough athlete to get to the edge, you know, create that, which Kyle Shanahan wants. He wants that ability to get outside, you know, threaten the edge of a defense, threaten with the RPO game, maybe the zone read, handoff stuff. So he's plenty good enough to do that. They can convert that as well on the QB sneak.
6'3", 225-pounder Sam Darnold moves the chains. There's not a whole lot of changing, too, for Kyle Shanahan. He doesn't have to switch the playbook a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of adjusting between Purdy and Darnold, which is obviously a luxury to have.
Yeah, that is. And you know, you're going to run the offense that is designed. And like a lot of these players haven't got a lot of chance to get a lot of run in this offense. So they're excited to get their opportunity to, you know, to play today.
Fake it to Mason. Drill one over the middle, and a tough catch in a tight window by Ayuk. John Johnson, the longtime Ram, is there. Ayuk loses the hat for the second time today. He picks up 9.
Well, just off the RPO game, watch him hand this ball in the belly of the running back, sucks up the underneath coverage, and then just an absolute dime over there to Ayuk. And we've seen him complete a couple of those just on target kind of slants. That's called a drift route, but just getting it right into the belly of Ayuk. They're beautifully executed by Sam Darnold.
Oh, fumble on the snap, and Darnold rescues it. It'll be a loss of a yard. Jake Brendel, who's been a staple at center the last 2 seasons. Darnold kind of pulled back a little early.
Yeah, well, these are the things that happen, right? You haven't taken a lot of snaps with Brendel over the course. You're running scout team. You're not running with the number 1s, and those are the things that happen a little bit when you haven't had that, you know, constant execution, that constant time together, time on task. And had a couple of those that missed throw between he and Ayuk down the sideline where they treated the same.
2, they go with a sneak, and Sam Darnold is able to push the pile. Let's see where they spot it. Initially, it looks like it might be enough.
A little bit like one of those Brady sneaks back in the day when he was with New England.
Yeah, sure.
Drop that foot back and just find a seam and start pressing.
Use that back leg as like a plant leg and then drive ahead. He has enough for the first down. At least on the initial indication.
Watch his back leg drop here. Going to drop. That gives you a little bit of time to let the offensive line fire out and create a seam. And then it's just about sticking your nose into that seam and getting as many yards as you can.
Wow, so this is the second time that they've moved it back. They had originally signaled for a first down. And then the lead official, Clay Martin, was looking at both sidelines to try to sync everybody up. And they're going to say it's about a half a yard shy of the line to gain. Let's see if Darnold sneaks it again on 4th and very short. Will run it. It is Mason. And a good second effort. He's got another first down. All right, getting a little chippy here.
Well, the Rams made a little adjustment right there. They put 3 guys inside called the jam front. Guard, center, guard. So the Niners adjust to that, say, well, let's get to the outside C gap between the tackle, the tight end out there, just get a run, get away from all those bodies in the middle. And that's Sam Darnold. That's another thing that he's orchestrating, that he's running this offense.
The 2 really nice long drives from Darnold and the Niners. They have 10 first downs on their 2 possessions so far. It is Mitchell powering ahead. Wow, Elijah Mitchell, an angry run. My guy Kyle Brandt's going to love that. It's a pickup of 14, barreling over Troy Reeder.
Man, you love the way they get the edge, and then it's Mitchell just coming down and putting a thigh on you, putting a shoulder on you, near foot, near shoulder, just running through people.
His 11th game of the season. They played 5 games last year because he was battling multiple knee injuries. It's been a problem for him. He had a broken foot back in his college days. He's had to battle through some physical adversity. Niners, one of the best rushing attacks in the league, of 77 yards on the ground and looking for more. And Mitchell's going to give it to him. And he's down inside the 5, sniffing the end zone. It'll be second down. Let's get a game break from our buddy Chris. 2 seed for Dallas up for grabs, and obviously that could affect the LA Rams. Rams could be the 6 if they win today, and could get a little shaky depending on if they lose this game and what happens to the Packers and the other teams. Back to Mitchell. Good penetration by Ernest Brown and Bobby Brown. You got Ernest Brown the 4th, Bobby Brown the 3rd. It was the 3rd that time. Good to see Brown back in there. He and Kobe Turner have been a really nice interior tandem for the Rams this year. Brown's dealt with a knee injury over the course of the year. Raheem Morris, I've got a chance to see the Rams a few times early, and now we get to see them late.
Yeah.
And the growth of this defense and how Raheem has called it and helped develop these guys that are so young around the excellent Aaron Donald has been a really nice job by Morris.
Yeah, they've had a lot of rookies that have contributed to this defense, and they've just gotten better and better and better.
15th play of this drive has Darnold scrambling and slinging it away. The pressure was getting there. Williams, Hoyt, and Turner all there. There's the trio.
Well, he wasn't out of the pocket.
Yeah, would this be a grounding penalty potentially? We do see a flag at the end of the play, so this may be a discussion about grounding. A flag was also thrown in the end zone, though.
Before
so
the
let's
pass
see.
was thrown, holding, defense number 43. Penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Yeah, that flag been thrown in the offensive backfield, we probably would have figured it's grounding, but it came from the defensive backfield, so Johnson's going to get tagged with a holding penalty prior to the pass.
Yeah, nice spin out, just understanding kind of, you're in trouble. Let's get this ball deep beyond the line of scrimmage and out of bounds where nobody can make a play on it, live to fight another day. And just another really good decision, even though it's a play that, you know, ultimately is an incomplete pass, but it's a good decision by Sam Darnold.
First and goal, fresh set of downs. Handoff, Mitchell. Is it another one? It's going to be marked just shy. Bobby Brown saved the touchdown, but boy, Mitchell looks like, you know, we've seen him the last 2 weeks. Feels like he's been champing at the bit to get right back in it. He's trying to get back to the end zone.
Yeah, and you know Kyle Shanahan, I mean, he loves to run the football. These Niners love to be involved in the football. They understand the value of the run game and what it does for you, the pass game. And so, you know, this is just going to be another one of those hand it to 25 and get him another touchdown.
Oh, it's Darnold trying to sneak it. He's in. Sam Darnold with his 13th career rushing touchdown. I've seen two really solid, sharp drives led by Sam Darnold so far.
Yeah, get Sam Darnold the touchdown. Forget about it. Elijah's already got one. So, but you just knew, you knew San Francisco was going to run. You knew they were going to run it, right? I mean, you did know that.
Jake Moody has been outstanding on kicks all year. He is now 60 for 60 on point after touchdowns. It's the longest NFL streak since they moved it back to starter somewhere next season if he continues to put it together. And the Niners are probably not going to be able to keep Darnold. This is a big day for him to try to display what he can do.
Yeah, you saw him sitting there with Brian Greasy, my former teammate, but you know, Kyle Shanahan even talked about it, and he really wanted, you know, he really wanted Sam to be able.
2 more catches and 1 more yard. Well, they're trying to go to that side. It's deflected and it's picked off. And it's Taylor Hawkins in his NFL debut getting the interception. What a moment for the first-year man out of San Diego State. He's never been on the field in a regular season NFL game. He gets called up from the practice squad today, and off the deflection, a lunge of a lifetime to pick up his first interception. Don't you dare give up that ball, young man.
Just throwing a heater right here in the inside. That's Tutu Atwell, and there you see it. Hawkins just ball hawking that thing. Seeing that as he's coming from his safety position. Watch this effort. Look at this catch.
Every turnover is reviewed. They're imagining they're trying to make sure he secured the ball all the way through the process of the catch, but initial indication seems to be the biggest moment of that young man's life that you just got to watch.
Has been confirmed. First down, San Francisco. Timeout on the field.
Yeah, he gets his hands. You can see it right there. Beautiful concentration, hands.
He comes back to the practice squad, gets elevated for the first time today, plays in an NFL game in the regular season for the first time, and he has an interception on one of the very first plays he has an opportunity to play. What a story and what a moment for Taylor Hawkins, the former San Diego State Aztec.
I mean, those are the kind of stories, Adam, and kind of things that just make this league and this game just great. I mean, look at his teammates.
Look how
just
happy
loving
they are.
on him,
Yeah.
and you know, and you love it when a guy comes from, you know, humble beginnings, so to speak, and has to go through getting cut and then getting invited back and being on the practice squad, then finally getting his opportunity. Those are the guys in the locker room that we really, as veterans, cheer for.
There's Ray McLeod back in the mix. He's got a first down. Nice blocking by Braden Willis, the rookie out of Oklahoma, off the edge. That helps spring McLeod for 11 yards and a first down.
You know, we sometimes think of these throws that are behind the line of scrimmage as easy throws, but that was a dart by Sam Darnold, perfectly timed, so that on that bubble screen, that guy's catching it in full stride, Ray McLeod, and setting those blocks up so the throw is actually helping set the blocks up. really nicely executed by the Niners.
Mason is the back, gets the carry. And nice hit by Johnson. Flag is down on the play, back at the 36.
Holding. Offense number 65. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Aaron Banks has been dealing with a toe injury. He's playing most of the left guard action today. John Feliciano is dealing with a back injury, so that left guard position could use the bye week as well for San Francisco. 1st and 20 coming up.
Yeah, they've had some injury issues there across the offensive line, and drawing that holding call on the penetration by Desjuan Johnson.
Mason motions out, they'll empty it. Sam Darnold sees zone coverage. Rolls to a spot off his receiver's hands. Off the hands of Ronnie Bell, the rookie. That'll bring up 2nd down and long. Got the news last week. And it's a Darnold stepping up. Oh, fine Mason. Nice maneuvering by Jordan Mason. And he'll get marked down at the 20-yard line. Pick up a 12. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
Just check B. You're getting right out here through the inside and give your quarterback somewhere to go. There he goes. A little stop. Kind of the old, was that Top Gun? Stop, let him fly right by.
Sure. Some concern for the Rams defense. There's a defender down on the field. He got intended to. We'll step aside. Down and 8. Darnold floats it out there, and it's incomplete. Ronnie Bell could not hang on. Darion Kendrick was in coverage that time for the Rams defense.
This is on the outside. You can see him right here. Running that out route.
Couple of young players there. Bell, a rookie out of Michigan, and Kendrick, second-year man out of Georgia.
Like that ball out toward the sideline a little bit. Sam Darnold knows it. Upset with the throw.
So it'll be Jake Moody. And fabulous rookie year, 3rd round pick out of Michigan. But that will be the first time all year he has missed from inside of 40 yards. A 38-yarder. Lined up top side of the formation. Off the fake, swing it out. It's the tight end Davis Allen as he'll pick up a few yards. Let's go down to Christina Pink for more on Puka.
Well, how do you know you made it in Southern California? You start getting recognized at the grocery store. That's what happened to Puka Nacua. Someone walked up to him at Whole Foods and said, "Aren't you the guy from the Rams?" And slowly a crowd started to form asking for photos. But you get the sense that he absolutely loves it. So refreshing, the joy he plays with. And he said this season hasn't felt real for him.
I mean, incredible. Such a bright spot. Ronnie Rivers dragging some defenders close to the line to gain. Took Logan Ryan for a ride. And they'll mark him about a half-yard shy. It'll be 3rd and short coming up. But I mean, the smile on Puka's face when you talk to him, it is just a true joy to converse with him.
Even with that mask on, you look at his eyes are smiling.
Yeah.
I mean, you know he's got a grin underneath his face. Or underneath that mask. He just absolutely loves to play and does everything with such passion.
Well, there he is, too, as he blocks. It's been a staple for the receivers of the Rams the last few years. Going back to Robert Woods, who's a player that Nacua wears the same number. Takes a lot of pride in this. I think both of these teams, I love their tight ends and receivers because they take so much pride in blocking.
Well, they understand the complementary nature of blocking. If we block for our guys in the running game, we understand the value of the running game and what it does from a coverage standpoint, how it opens us up as we move on down the game and how we're going to get big opportunities.
Right back to the tight end. It's been a big day already for Davis Allen, who came in with 6 catches. And he's got a few already today. Short gain on that play for Allen. And you know, he speaks, Allen does, to the versatility of this team along with Nacua. They've lined Puka Nacua up as a fullback at times this year. They've used Davis Allen, who's a tight end. They've used him as a fullback. A lot of flexibility for both of these offenses.
Yeah, and there you see Cooper Kupp as well, one of the smartest wide receivers in football, and he does the same thing as far as blocking guys and doing all that stuff. So both these teams constructed on a very similar kind of fashion in the way they require their outside guys to block people.
Wentz is looking for Nacua, and it's a little bit too hot, a little bit off target. The Amador Lenore had the coverage, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Nacua still needs a couple more grabs, and the Niners with the 7-point lead. Rams have it, 3rd down and long coming up. Some penetration in the neutral zone. Bosa got back onside. No, he didn't. It's a free play. Launching it downfield for Demarcus Robinson. Incomplete, but we do have that flag thrown eventually on Bosa. So it'll be 3rd down and 4.
Offside. Defense number 97. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Got back on the other side of him. He already penetrated the neutral zone.
Yeah, he was still in there.
Yep, still in there. Going to his fourth Pro Bowl this year for Nick Bosa.
Then just take one deep.
Yeah. And this guy's been a heck of a player. Demarcus Robinson, what a story in the second half of the year for the Rams. A guy who was not touching the ball at all in the first half of the year. He's turned into one of the most reliable guys for Matthew Stafford this season in the second half of the year.
Puka up top.
Puka at the top of the formation. And they are pressing Puka up top. Ooh, a hit by Hawkins on Bryson Hopkins, the tight end. That ball was too tall anyway, so an uncatchable ball.
Just running a little high-low. I mean, you're going to sit here and get over the top. Just another, just off. You know, you don't play a whole lot. You just signed in, what, November? And, you know, that's one of those situations where your timing as a quarterback with that receiving core, they haven't worked a lot with, just a little bit off, and you see the high ball right there on something you probably should have converted.
Ethan Evans is the rookie punter. He boots it away, and Ray McLeod, his first return in more than a month. He's going to get tripped up by Ben Skoranek. And down at the 10-yard line. Hey, one of the fun round last year, Kyron Williams, both ahead of James Cook.
Yeah, they've had so many young guys in this kind of quote-unquote rebuild, but they're right back into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So many young guys contribute both offensively and defensively.
And McCaffrey is certainly an MVP candidate this year. They're getting Ray McLeod plenty involved. Good to see him back in the mix. And a good run for about 7+. Carissa Thompson's got a game break with some key games going on. CT?
Thanks, Adam. Cowboys trying to clean.
There's a lot of guys playing for a job. That coaching staff is trying to show something as well. They're expecting to let go of Ron Rivera at the end of the game today. How about the Eagles, though? Getting shut out by the Giants. If the Cowboys had lost and the Eagles had won, the Eagles would be the NFC champions. Again, Cowboys trying to close it out. They would be the #2 seed if they win that game today against Washington.
We've talked about these two teams and how they've finished the season, how they've been on a hot streak. The exact opposite can be said for the Philadelphia Eagles. They have really struggled.
Hurts hasn't been the same. The defense hasn't looked as sharp in this last 2-month stretch. On 2nd and 3, blitz coming, toss to the right. McLeod holds on. It's a first down, and he steps out to stop the clock with 89 seconds to play in the half. 3 timeouts for San Francisco still. 2 for the Rams. These two coaches know each other so well. There's so much respect, and obviously the Niners have had the better of it in the regular season. Kyle Shanahan's team has won 9 straight meetings against the Rams. But of course, the one that the Rams picked up was in the playoffs in the NFC title game a couple of years ago. Mitchell hit by Lake.
Well, that's what we just talked about, Lake, right? We talked about that young man playing that nickel position. Great run support there by Lake.
Right back after this. Players Association about who are the best assistant coaches in the NFL, and both Steve Wilkes and Raheem Morris were in the top 5 of that survey. We're seeing both of their defenses on display in this contest. Sam Darnold, check down, Mitchell, first down. And out past the 35-yard line, 75 seconds and counting.
You mentioned both of those guys, Steve Wilkes, Raheem Morris. Both those guys deserve a second opportunity to be a head coach in this league. Just extremely competent, fair, dynamic personalities.
Out of bounds goes McLeod with the catch. Remember, Wilkes was with Darnold in Carolina last year. I frankly thought they would have been well served keeping Steve Wilkes in Carolina. Raheem Morris, of course, was the head coach in Atlanta. Spent the 2020 season as defensive coordinator. He was the interim at 4-7. Of course, he replaced John Gruden as the head coach for a couple of years. I do feel like these two guys deserve another shot. Still all 3 timeouts for San Francisco. Darnold climbs, Darnold throws, and he connects. It's Chris Conley, his first catch of the year. '117th game for the 9-year veteran out of Georgia, catch number 1 of the season.
Man, how about this throw out to the sideline? Conley does a great job stabbing at the top of the route, getting to the outside, and there's a confidence throw. As he gets right between the sideline and Kendrick for the big completion. You said the first catch of the year for Conley. Man, that's a heck of a...
Picks up 48 yards. Chris was born in Turkey on an Air Force base where his dad was serving. His mom's a high school teacher. Eventually found his way to going to high school in Georgia. Studied journalism at the University of Georgia. He's been with the Chiefs, the Jaguars, the Texans, the Titans, and this year with the 49ers. Handoff for Mitchell. And he's down around the 5-yard line. Hoyt there to stop him. 40 seconds left. Rams had to use 1 timeout. They only have 1 left, and the Niners can control the clock for the remainder of this half. It'll be LA ball to start the second half. San Francisco slated to kick off. Now San Francisco will take a timeout with 25 seconds left. Second down's coming up. So is the Verizon halftime with Kurt Menefee and company. First win and the Rams lose. Packers are the 6th seed. And the Rams would be the 7. If both teams win, then it would be the Rams as the 6. And the Packers as the 7. Rams are the 6 with a win. Darnold off the fake. Clutches. Being chased by Byron Young. Floats it back in the end zone. And Conley could not hold on. Hasn't had a touchdown since 2021. He's got 15 scores in his NFL career. Third down coming.
Now they're running off the little play action here. Sam Darnold, watch him. Just nothing open, nothing open, nothing open. Good job by the Rams, flooding all those zones, and then just, I mean, talk about game of inches. And Conley could have had this second catch right there for the touchdown. First catch got them down there and just can't quite come up with that ball.
Mitchell motions out on third down. Darnold, couple of clutches, tight window toss. It is a touchdown to Ronnie Bell. It's the 3rd of the year for the rookie Bell. 2 of them have come from Darnold in the last 3 weeks. He had one against the Ravens late in the game, and he picks up one here from Sam.
Well, he's right here, the top of the screen, and just watch this throw. I mean, he is completely covered, but Sam Darnold said, I don't care.
Whew.
I don't care that Lake's got you in lockdown. There is no, you know, they always say this, there's no defense for the perfect throw.
Sure.
That was just a perfect throw.
Nicely done by Sam Darnold. 4 possessions and 3 touchdowns and a missed field goal so far today. Oh boy, this has to be cleaned up. That's the first miss on a PAT by Jake Moody. That ends the NFL record streak at 60 straight makes since it got moved back to 33 yards on the PAT. Moody had started 60 for 60, but now he's missed a field goal from inside of 40 for the first time and a PAT for the first time. Things that have to get cleaned up before the playoffs. But still, Ronnie Bell with the touchdown. It's 20-7. And the Niners will kick away.